morning! This video is brought to you by Trapline Transport, serving BC to Quebec, Canada with regional and long-haul Super B flat deck freight. With Trapline's experienced team, you can expect fast, efficient, and honest service. Our team will transport your valuable products across Western Canada with the skill and experience you can expect and count on. At Trapline, we are committed to you, our customer, building loyalty and long-term partnerships. We want you to be satisfied with our work, which is why we provide open communication channels where we will update you through each process from arranging a shipment to delivery at your door. Trapline understands that providing exceptional customer service is critical to building strong, long-lasting relationships with our customers. Just head over to traplinetransport.ca and get a free quote right now. We are just about coming into Nelson here. There's a big pullout over here. That's where a load looks like. The lumber coverings, what do you wrap? Lumber wrap, there, that's the term, was coming off before I started this load. Basically, I'm saying it was loaded that way. It's okay. But that's what my load looks like today. We are going to Cranbrook, but the truck is still overheating. The boss has brought it back to the shop a couple of times. But we're still not fixed. We're still not fixed. I don't know if I've ever seen this gate open before. But I think if you walk down there, yeah, I can't see it from here. But it's one of the dams along the Kootenay River? Is it the Kootenay River? There's many dams along here. Anyhow, let's hammer down. We're taking the ferry because I'm not going over. Ooh, look at all the water. Their AC is just, the condensation coming off the AC is nuts. It's a warm day. All the frost is now melting when I stop. I'll frost it all up again. Spots. Woo. The road's busy. If I had pulled into this pull-out, this one was probably too small for a Super B. I might barely fit, but that's the Bonington Falls generation station there. So you can see the dam way down there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a dam way down there. Oh no, it's a beautiful day. It's 31 degrees. It's warm, but it's not super hot. Yeah, as far as temperature, the truck's been in the shop and they seem not to be able to figure out what's going on. The plan is now to replace the intercooler. I think that's what they said. Going over the pulse and I got completely derated. Basically the sensors go, too much heat. Even now over here, I'm running at 240 Fahrenheit. And you guys say that these Kenworth X15s can run up to 124 safely, but I keep going over the 124, keep going 150 and 155, and then the truck derates me. The only way around that is high RPM. And manual fan, yes, I'm using the manual fan on all the time when I'm climbing, or I'm about to do a big climb. I turn the manual fan on early, try to get the temperatures down before I even get to the climb. So instead of going up and over, we'll just go around the mountain. We'll just go around. So that means trip through Nelson. After Nelson, we're going to take the ferry. So free ferry rides. So anyone that's planning any trips through British Columbia, all our interior ferries are free. So all the way up and down the Kootenay, basically in the Kootenays, if you see a ferry, it's free. They're all free ferries, so don't let the ferry let you take an alternative route. Every single one is free. No tickets are required. You just show up on the road, wait for the ferry to show up, and drive onto it. First come, first serve. Motorcycles do not get priority. Everybody just lines up, first come, first serve. I think cattle carriers, if you're carrying cattle, you get priority. But they're free ferries. Plan your trip across all these lakes. Upper Arrow Lake, Lower Arrow Lake, Kootenay Lake, all the lakes. If you see a ferry crossing, don't worry about it. It's free. It'll slow you down. It'll definitely slow you down. But it's not going to cost you anything other than time. And we picked up this load in Kelowna today morning. We should get to Cranbrook tonight. Taking the ferry is going to be an hour, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours longer. Excuse me. So it just means I'm going to have less downtime. I think I'll still get to Cranbrook. It'll be close though. As long as I don't have to wait a sailing. If I have to wait a sailing at the ferry, then I won't get there tonight. But I fueled up in Castlegar here, so I'm good to go on fuel. A couple of places I can sleep in Cranbrook. If I don't make it there, I'll have to just do a random little pullout somewhere. So as of right now, the plan is to have the truck in the shop on Friday. The boss is going to see if he can convince the shop to get us in earlier. They're going to require 4 hours. To change the intercooler. I know the boss has spent over $3,000 on this already, and it hasn't made a difference. this is week number 2, and your comments are starting to ask, so what was the problem? And it's like, we don't know yet. We don't know yet. Over the Kootenai River here. It's the Kootenai River, right? It's got to be, yeah. I think that's the name of it. Cranbrook, 234 kilometers. Nelson's a beautiful city. Always highly recommend Nelson as a tourist destination. Lots of little shops to walk and check out. Little tram ride you can go on. Nice little beach. Hot springs nearby. In the winter, there's a ski hill nearby. You could do hot springs and ski hill the same day. It'd be a pretty full day, but it could theoretically be done. I don't have the AC maxed out because the engines were getting so warm. I think I was running my windows open. I think that's why I'm feeling so hot now. Turn the fan up a little bit. Yeah, it feels a bit better. It's not overheating right now. I mean, we're not climbing anything hard here, right guys? I'm at 240 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Fire truck or the Popo? CVSE.
In 2 kilometers, be in either of the two left lanes, then keep left to Highway 3A East.
CVSE. So when a big rig passes a scale open sign, we must report to scale. Doesn't matter how far we have to detour, when we see a scale open sign, we must detour to it. And this one gets you guys every now and then. It confused me at first too. Because I am not going to go scale. And that sign in front of me says open. Why am I not going to go through a scale when that sign clearly says open? It's a big white sign. The difference is the black border around the sign. Scale signs, that black border is broken up. That black border is a dotted line.
Keep right to Highway 3A, then keep right.
And nowhere on here does it say scale. All that sign is saying is that Kootenai Pass is open.
Keep right to Highway 3A.
That if we had taken a right-hand turn off that exit there to go take Kootenai Pass, we could have done exactly that. Kootenai Pass is open. It's like I better say something here right away, because every time I go underneath that sign, somebody in the comments goes, "You bypassed the scale." I'm like, no, I didn't. There's no scale there. There's a scale like half an hour behind us in Castlegar,
Highway 3A.
and I did scale there. Flashing yellow. I do like that they put in a red light over here.
In 600 meters.
So much better than it used to be. It used to be a four-way stop, and the corners weren't as rounded out either, so it made it much harder for us Super Bs to get around, or even 53-footers to get around the corner. So they made the corners better, and they put in a red light, or traffic light. I don't know why we always call them red lights. They're traffic lights. See the bridge way in the background? We're going to go over that bridge. First we have to drive through Nelson. I love the paint job on that building, the blue topographical map type of feel to it. And this one's blue as well.
The traffic light.
Just random patterns. Yeah, they've got some pretty cool graphic artists here painting the buildings. Also some really nice old buildings too. Old concrete block and brick building.
Continue on Highway 3A.
This corner is actually kind of hard not to curb that sidewalk. If you do it right, you can just barely miss it. I did it right. Not to toot my own horn. See, there's more graffiti art there. Looks like two hikers and beautiful colors, yeah. Graphic design in this town is very well done. I don't know who that is, but I think I would love to hire them to paint our RV. Because wouldn't that be neat to have colorful RV like that? I mean, Jess says we don't want to paint our RV to stand out. That would definitely make the RV stand out. Crosswalk, or are they not at a crosswalk? They're not at a crosswalk. If we got off their bikes and went to the crosswalk, I would have stopped. I love how the tree canopies come over the road here. Like I said, it's a beautiful town. Downhill. So come on. Bright red tram. Kind of cool. I wish I could have shown you that. If we were an RV, we could definitely have shown you that. I'm going to have a car on the inside corner here, but I don't see why. Oh, you can't. You can't have a car on the inside here. Looks like the paint lines used to be able to, but not anymore. Flashing greens means that a car will not activate that light. Flashing green means only a pedestrian can hit a button to make that a red light. See flashing green, look around. Any pedestrians around? No. And most likely it's going to stay green. Dairy Queen with a long lineup. Old school Dairy Queen. Like super old school. I guess maybe we have. I feel like I've pulled over here and parked here before and walked to the Dairy Queen. Cyclist on bridge. Okay. Keep an eye out for that. Oh, they're on the sidewalk. All right. See a beach there on the left-hand side. Kootenai Lake to the right-hand side. Kootenai River to the left-hand side. Orangish pink bridge. There's the cyclist. Another cyclist. Yeah, there's I don't think that cyclist looked over their shoulder. Checking now. Just whoom over. Got 30 kilometers to go to the ferry. Not looked up. I've just been driving. The decision was made while driving. I can't remember the sailing times, but we'll just show up and hope that the ferry has just barely not left, and hopefully the ferry is just barely showing up and loading, and there's not too many cars, and we can fit on. So in the winter, when there's big snowstorms, people that bypass the Kootenai Pass and take the ferry, this is the road that they have to drive. And very often this road is very slippery and icy as well. So I've never decided to detour and take the ferry instead of going over the top. Maybe I should have once or twice, but I never have. A little beach over there as well. A whole bunch of little beaches along the whole lake. Provincial lake along the lake here. Provincial park along the lake here as well. We went and camped out at the park once. Unfortunately, we had a lot of rain. Still lots of good fun memories, but we had a lot of rain. I remember drying out a lawn chair over the fire, and I got one of the lawn chairs a little too close to the fire. Yeah, that was no longer a lawn chair. I didn't set it on fire, I just melted it. Also went to Ainsworth Hot Springs, that was fun. The fun was taking the ferry across the lake. On the other side of the lake, there's actually a lighthouse you can walk up to. That was fun too. Much radio chatter out here. Some of these trees are changing color. That was a bright red tree, huh? So the plan is, yeah, deliver this in Cranbrook and then pick up a load in Creston. And bring that back over the Kootenai Pass. Heck, I might just take the ferry back again tomorrow, depending on how heavy the load is. This is a near max weight load, so if the load I'm bringing back is a near max weight load, then I'll just take the ferry again. Pickup doing. Always assuming that they don't know I'm here. Definitely no straight roads along this route here. Slow speed limit because we're carving corners the whole way. Kootenai Glacier Resort. There's no glacier here. How can you call it the Kootenai Glacier Resort? It's down here. Hopefully people know not to or hopefully people realize there's no glacier down here where the resort is. Feeling like fall, like the colors are starting, like it's still hot, but the colors are starting to show that fall color. Just getting those little hints. Snow is coming soon. Someone said Ontario already got some snow. I'm not sure where in Ontario, but I saw something on a video. Not really snow, more like an ice storm, but it's a beautiful drive with a bunch of viewpoints of the lake. Enough viewpoints that you go, you know what, I like the trees the way they are. So you get a mix of beautiful lake views, and then you're in the forest, and then more lake views. It's Just the right balance. Yeah, unfortunately this load is tall enough that I couldn't put a camera on top of the load. I'm like, that would have been a cool shot today. But what do you do, right? What do you do? What you do is you're careful with these bikers. Bikers down this road though. Wouldn't want to be going down here the wide load with that many bikers. Kilometers to go to the ferry. The speed limit is increased over here. Make a little better time. So it's 3:23 now. If it sails at 3:30, we're not going to make it. So hopefully it sails at 4 o'clock. Or 3:45 would be perfect. It's like an hour and a half between sailings. It's not a cable ferry. It's a fairly long ride for interior ferry. It's a fairly long ride compared to the ferries on the coast. No, this is a short ride, but most of the interior ferries are like a 5 to 15 minute ride. And more like 5 or 10 minute ride. This road would be fun on a motorcycle for sure. Yeah, there comes all the ferry traffic. Yep, we're gonna miss the ferry. We're gonna miss the ferry. I don't see why there'd be that much traffic all on one bunch here. There's probably gonna be more bunches coming. I think we're gonna miss the ferry. 5 minutes to go, 15 kilometers to go. And we're doing less than 80 kilometers an hour. I mean, it could be that that group of cars got stacked up, but you can see more and more cars are coming, so I'm suspicious that the ferry is unloading. And if so, we'll just make the best of it we can. construction there. Here's the Kokanee Creek Provincial Park, I think. That's what it's called, Kokanee. Yeah, Kokanee Creek. Yep, we camped out over here in this creek. We hiked up the creek as well. Kokanee Mountain Zip Line, Kokanee Glacier Provincial Park. So if you take this road, I guess you could get up to the glacial park. So if it sails at 3:30, we got 11 kilometers to go. Keep looking ahead. I'm like, no, it's still 10 kilometers away. I can't see the ferry 10 kilometers away. I like it when motorcyclists wear white helmets. It makes them so much more visible. That's why I bought white helmets for my motorcycle. Not at first, but as I learned, white helmet. Lake Ferry, 7 kilometers. that orange and yellow tree. The fall hit that one early. I think what we'll do is we'll drive onto the, or I'll park in the lane to get the ferry, and then hopefully get some video boarding the ferry. Then I'll do a little walk around on the ferry. We'll call it a day there. That'll make quite a nice little video. I mean, all my videos are long, but I think I'll make a nice video going from Nelson all the way to the Kootenay Lake Ferry. I'm gonna try to get video cameras up. At the very least, I'll have the dash cam going to load the ferry, because it's quite unique loading experience, especially with a fully loaded Super B. It's downright sketchy with a fully loaded Super B. Kilometers. Town of Balfour, I guess the community of Balfour welcomes you. It's called the Balfour Ferry. Truck down that, yeah, that would suck. Trying to cross the traffic. we got? Ferry is sitting right there. It is loading.
Turn right on Highway 3 East, then board Ferry. Board the ferry.
Wants me in this lane. They're got cars parked over here, so there's gonna be a one sailing wait. Usually big rigs go in the second lane here. Yeah, the ferry's full. We're gonna do one car at a time until so we're gonna have to wait here until next sailing. See you later. Get the pup not to curb it on the wood, and then kind of keep it to the left hand side. It's pretty wide, honestly, but I know with my 53-foot trailer it gets narrow. It's not the narrowest ferry we've gone on. Gabriola Island, now that's a narrow ferry. I'm guessing we're going to go in the center right lane. Might be center left lane. Center left lane it is. I'll keep an eye on my truck just in case they want me to move. I can quickly jump out and move. Yeah. Last ferry was completely full, and this one has room for more. How does this ferry leave? What's the better viewpoint? Probably the back. Let's go to the back. It looks like we're not allowed to go onto the back. At least not on this side. Okay, we'll go on this side then. Side says crew only. This side doesn't. Well, at least first couple of steps don't say crew only. Lifting up the ramp. The chains and that gate, they're not stopping any kind of car. The only thing that stops is just keeping honest people honest.
Welcome aboard the Osprey 2000. Your travel time will be approximately 35 minutes. Your attention
We're off. There comes a pickup in line. Just missed it. At least this time it's half full, Ferry, unlike the last one. Doing a big U-turn. Leaving the dock behind, doing a big U-turn, and then going up the lake. Crazy how fast we spin. Like, it's dizzying how fast you rotate. Must have the engines up front, the ones that push sideways, full blast. And that's it. We're off. Shame they don't let me go up one more deck. So that's the viewpoint. One deck up where it says crew only. That's where the scenic view is. And we've got washrooms. Feels kind of nice with the breeze. Hey, Stink Bug. How's it going, Mr. Stink Bug? Going for a ride. The lake is pretty narrow over here. Honestly, it acts more like a river. Ferry takes about 35 minutes, they said, to cross. So that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. And once again, not allowed up there where the best viewpoint is. Imagine living on the lake like that. Now it looks like they have a railroad right through the backyard though. That's the downside to a viewpoint like that, when there's a railroad right through your backyard. Well, I think I'm gonna jump into the truck, copy some of this video over onto the computer and call it a day. No air horn today. Unless the ferry honks the air horn while I go down there. I have my doubts. Definitely just put more juice on. Some people paddle boarding. I bet you we're going to make a pretty good wake for those paddle boarders. Doesn't look like much of a wake, but for the paddle boards, that's going to be pretty good. It's going to be a bit of a ride for them. And yes, it's still fire smoke all around. Can't get away from that. Unfortunately, by the time the wake hits them, you guys can't see the paddle boarders anymore. But they're paddling straight out into the wake. They're facing straight into it. And the wake is big enough to white cap way out there where they are. And it's gonna hit them right now. I see them going up and down. Oh, they both stayed standing. They've probably done that a million times. I don't know if you guys can see the lighthouse on the other side. Yeah, it's just a white little dot down there. Anyhow, let's jump in the truck. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am out of here. You guys absolutely rock.